Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with another episode. Time to check out the latest wrestling news, and wow, do we have a lot for you. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a date on WWE's return to Saudi Arabia, more Tessa Blanchard backlash, Triple H comments on Edge and Paige returning to the Royal Rumble, one wrestler we won't see in AEW and one we might, how The Undertaker saved Kane's career, why Bret Hart wouldn't wrestle Kurt Angle, and more. WWE preparing for Saudi Arabia show. It looks like a date's been set for the next WWE Saudi Arabia show, with Thursday, 20 February being mentioned. This will be the third year the WWE has run a show in Saudi Arabia, and if past shows are any indication of this one, expect an all-star lineup with at least one match featuring WWE legends. No word on any matches or whether we'll see another match featuring any female wrestlers. Pro Sports Extra's Brad Shepard reported back in late November that the WWE was planning on returning on 20th February, and now PW Insider and Fightful.com have jumped on the bandwagon. One wrestler we won't see in AEW. One of the hottest free agents in professional wrestling has made it known that he won't be heading to AEW. PW Insider's Mike Johnson is reporting that Marty Scurll has signed a new deal with Ring of Honor. PW Insider has confirmed with multiple sources. The two sides had been working on a deal for some time after Scurll's last deal expired at the end of November. PW Insider has not confirmed the length of the deal, although ROH has been locking talents into multi-year deals of late, so it makes sense that the new deal is at least a 2-year deal. PW Insider reports Scurll's new deal allows him to work dates with the National Wrestling Alliance, and that Scurll will also serve as ROH's head booker. There was talk of Scurll coming to work for AEW, where he could have run a new version of his Villain Enterprises faction. How The Undertaker saved Kane's career. It's amazing the behind-the-scenes stories fans learn about wrestlers' careers, something evident from Glenn Jacobs' appearance on the Broken Skull sessions. The artist formerly known as Isaac Yankem DDS and best known as the Big Red Machine spoke highly of The Undertaker's impact on his career and how Taker motivated him to bring his best into the ring. I had a match against Taker as Isaac Yankem, and he said, "Dude, if you want to stay here, you're gonna have to be a lot more aggressive." He's like, "It was an awful match, I remember that. That was when I was at my lowest, and it helped me a lot to know that this guy's invested enough to even talk to me about this." While the gimmick made things difficult for Jacobs to get over, he took Taker's advice to heart, recalling how The Undertaker also realized, "I think that we could do business together if I could get my act together, but I think we had that talk, and that was probably a turning point too. When I realized what was expected of me. I wasn't just there because I happened to be there." Over time, The Undertaker became Kane's champion behind the scenes. During the interview with Austin, Jacobs revealed, "I remember one time I was just having some issues with booking and stuff. I talked to Taker first and it didn't even involve him. This was just my own thing. I just needed some guidance and I go and talk to Vince about it and he's like, 'Yeah, I talked to The Undertaker about this earlier and he mentioned this to me. I think he worries about you more than he does himself.'" This story is further evidence of the efforts The Undertaker has made through the years to help get talent over, whether it's encouraging them to be better or going to bat for them once they've earned his respect. Undisputed in the UK. The WWE is gearing up for its Worlds Collide show where the stars of NXT will battle NXT UK, with NXT TakeOver Blackpool being the site where the fuse was lit for the upcoming battle between the two rosters. NXT's Undisputed Era made a surprise appearance as Walter and the Imperium celebrated Walter's main event victory, laying out the various members of the Imperium before posing in the ring. Could WWE be hoping to recreate the ratings boost NXT enjoyed when it battled the stars of Raw and SmackDown? The game discusses Edge and Paige returning to the Rumble. Everyone wants to know if Edge and/or Paige will return to the 2020 Royal Rumble, and WWE has been doing everything possible to tease the fans while denying it as well. Case in point, some recent comments by Triple H. Trips was recently asked by Sportskedia's Gary Cassidy about both superstars' possible return. With both of them, those would be personal choices for them. Nah, I shouldn't say that. Personal choice for part of it and then medical choice for the other part of it, right? WWE is at a different level. It's hard to even put that. There is just no other level with us from a medical oversight standpoint. Given the performances of Goldberg and Undertaker at Super Showdown, the WWE might want to include a wrestling evaluation as well. Triple H's comments about medical evaluations sound good, but it's difficult to square them with the match at TLC between the Kabuki Warriors and Becky Lynch and Charlotte. There, Kairi Sane may have been concussed during the match but continued wrestling, with some critics arguing the match should have been stopped or Sane checked out by a doctor. Paige's prediction for the Royal Rumble. Speaking of Paige, the question continues to be, will she or won't she? That's what fans want to know about the former Divas champion Paige when it comes to entering the Royal Rumble. While Paige has hinted at a big announcement concerning her WWE career, no one knows if the anti-diva is planning on a surprise return at the Royal Rumble or whether her past neck injuries prevent her from ever returning to the ring. At least, that was the case until Paige tweeted, "I'm coming back to the Royal Rumble, you guys. I'm entering myself into the men's and being number 2 and taking that bitch to Suplex City and then going on to win the whole thing." Given all the tweets where wrestlers try to work the fans, Paige's tweet was a refreshing change of pace, although don't be surprised if she does return at the Rumble in some capacity, either as a manager or a wrestler. Why Kurt Angle vs. Bret Hart never happened. Kurt Angle vs. Bret Hart sounds like a dream match on paper, but as we know, it never happened. The WWE's Olympic gold medalist talked to Chris Van Vliet about why the match didn't happen. "I understand why Bret didn't want to do it. He had that stroke. He had a lot of bad luck, so things that were medically, difficult for him to come back and be at his very best. I understand that he wanted to be the Bret Hart that everyone adored. I told him, you don't have to bump, I'll do all the bumping. He said, nah, it won't be the Bret Hart match that I wanted it to be." As cool as it would have been to see the two technicians go at it, Hart chose wisely, putting his health above a chance to get back into the ring. In hindsight, it seems like the Hitman knew when to say no, a decision we don't often see from wrestlers as they get older. Cryptic tweet by The Revival. It's crunch time for the WWE as Matt Hardy and The Revival ponder whether they'll re-up with the promotion or go elsewhere. On 11 January, The Revival's Scott Dawson tweeted, "Guys, it's time to go away for a while until we get everything figured out. See you soon." What could this tweet mean? Are the Revival leaving WWE? Are they working the WWE for more money? As Wrestlelamia has repeatedly said, wrestlers love to work the fans, and the WWE also uses social media to work the fans. The Revival may have already signed a contract extension, or they may not. We do know the WWE has been using the Revival strongly despite the refusal to re-sign with the promotion. Do you put much stock into what wrestlers post on social media anymore? Be sure to leave your comments below. A possible role for Matt Hardy in AEW. As for Matt Hardy, there have been some interesting rumors about what Matt Hardy might do if he goes to AEW. As various news sites have reported, the biggest obstacle to Matt signing a new deal with WWE seems to be how much they push him and how much they'll get behind a good storyline for him as opposed to dollar figures. One rumor going around is that if Matt does leave WWE for AEW, he could be revealed as the leader of the Dark Order. Although AEW's Dark Order storyline has been hit and miss, Matt Hardy could give it the jumpstart it needs to become a strong storyline. Fallout on the Tessa Blanchard allegations. As covered in an earlier news video, current Impact star Tessa Blanchard has been accused of bullying and racist behavior by a number of former work colleagues. Now it seems like at least one promotion is responding to the allegations. Recently, Heavy Metal Wrestling announced on Twitter, "Tessa Blanchard has been removed from our scheduled event on January 24, 2020. We take these allegations levied against her very seriously. An updated card will be released shortly. For refund information, please contact Walt at heavymetalwrestling.com. WWE signs NBC star. Wrestling site Squared Circle Sirens is reporting the WWE has signed one of the stars from the first season of the NBC series, The Titan Games. Sources with WWE have informed us that they have signed Emily Anzulis to a developmental contract with the company, and she will be reporting to the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida this month. Emily was a contestant on Titan Games and is the first female champion of the game, which is produced and hosted by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. According to the site, Anzulis received a tryout with the WWE last year and then began training under Glenn Jacobs and Dr. Tom Pritchard at the JPWA Academy in Knoxville, Tennessee. Well guys, there you have it, Wrestlemania's wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. What do you think of these stories? Be sure to leave your comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.